The fact that somebody has registered a title deed in her or his name, there is a misnomer that you cannot cancel that title deed. The Environment and Land Court, created under the Constitution in Article 162, has power to revoke that title deed. Any money transacted through the bank, retain the banking slip. If you did RTGS, retain the RTGS slip. And whenever you have an issue, go to the bank, get a statement showing the money that you transferred. So long as you have this evidence, whether the person has a title deed, the courts will nullify that title deed and the property will be reinstated to you. Welcome to the series that we promised you about Douglas Ngumbi, the man who went to Bahamas, was jailed for 6 years and a half. He was compensated over 7 million shillings, sent back to his mother. The mother never invested in his son's property. This man sleeps on the floor. Here we are looking at a case, ELC case number 1 of 2017. This is Deborah Ann Kling Rooney, Board of Management of Tembea Academy versus Rukia Njeri Kadidi. This is a matter at the Environment and Land Court at Kajiado. This is a decision by Justice Christine Ocheng that was issued on the 22nd day of October 2020. In this episode, we are dealing with somebody who got a house girl. That house girl turned into a wife. They got a child. This man struggled and went abroad. He worked so hard. After he worked so hard, he educated this woman, took her to school, developed her, then registered a business together so that they can run. These are the brief facts in this matter. He said he's a founder of an education institution. She affirms that she met the defendant in 1993 through her mother, who at that time worked as a housekeeper for a close friend, and when the defendant was 18 years, she offered to sponsor her after she had finished her secondary education, and they commenced working together, developing their business. Until 2016, he states that through this, she obtained a diploma and educated her all through. What did he do? He went abroad. After he went abroad, he started sending money to the wife, to this lady. He advanced all the money to this lady. He says, in associating with he says, the plaintiff, I found that there was a resulting trust that arose in favor of the first plaintiff, who had advanced all the monies in the acquisition of the suit lands and setting up of the two plaintiffs. To my mind, it is material whether the suit lands were registered in the name of the defendant or not. So, this man, my God, he made this woman. She became somebody senior. He went ahead and sent money, serious amounts of money. the land was bought. Three plots were bought. But this lady registered them in her name. When this man came back, the schools were there, constructed. But he was told, "Ngo odokapa." When the man went to court, the woman said, "This was my gift. She was my girlfriend, my boyfriend. We had intimate relationships. It was payment for my services to him. And therefore, all these were gifts." What did the judge say? Based on the facts as presented, and in associating myself with the decision cited above, while relying on the quoted laws and in line with the equitable principles, I'm convinced that the plaintiffs have indeed satisfied the court on the need to cancel the title deeds by the defendant in respect to the suit land, and the same indeed belong to the second plaintiff. In the circumstances, and based on my findings above, I'll direct the District Land Registrar Kajiado to proceed to do the following. A declaration be and is hereby issued that the defendant actions is retaining the suit property is unfair, illegal, and unlawful. 2. A declaration be and is hereby issued that the defendant is not the absolute and indefeasible proprietor of this land. 3. A declaration be and is hereby issued that the second plaintiff, that is the man, is the rightful and lawful owner of this property. 4. The District Land Registrar Kajiado be and is hereby directed to rectify the register, cancel the titles for these lands held in the name of the defendant, and register the transfer in favor of the second plaintiff, that is the Board of Management of Tembea Academy, and issue it with the certificates of title to that effect. 4. A permanent injunction be and is hereby issued restraining the defendant from entering into, fencing, building, selling, transferring, and or in any way interfering with the plaintiff's lawful use of this land. Lastly, costs of this suit is awarded to the plaintiff. This is Justice Christine Ocheng. She delivered the judgment on the 22nd day of October 2020. What are the lessons in this matter? The fact that somebody has registered a title deed in her or his name, there is a misnomer that you cannot cancel that title deed. The Environment and Land Court, created under the Constitution in Article 162, has power to revoke that title deed. 2. The register at the land registry, the Environment and Land Court, has power to order for what is called rectification. Rectification means the details that are captured in the register will be changed, and the buyer is details are put there. 3. So long as you prove that you are the one who paid the money. So long as you prove, and this is mostly for people out of Kenya, the diaspora. How do you prove? Make sure you send the money from America through Western Union. 2. You send your money from M-Pesa. You send your money from MoneyGram. Any digital money platform, including M-Pesa, retain those messages. very many in the diaspora delete the messages. From Court Helicopter, we are advising you, retain those text messages showing you send the money. 4, any money transacted through the bank, retain the banking slip. If you did RTGS, retain the RTGS slip. And whenever you have an issue, go to the bank, get a statement showing the money that you transferred. So long as you have this evidence, whether the person has a title deed, the courts will nullify that title deed and the property will be reinstated to you. This lady was brought up. It was sad. A daughter of a house girl. She was educated. She was given status. Yet, when the properties were sent, she registered the properties in her name. When she was asked, she said it was a gift. Courts will restore you with your property. Thank you, Vivian, for getting this case law